Hold on, I got my Rogan on it in my bag. You try this, dude? Dude, you try this? It's the new On It Black label, bro. That stuff's serious. Yeah, I got a home gym every time. Same thing at the gym. I'm going to lift. I want to put my headphones on. I want to zone out. I want to be in the zone. Hey, man, you see that fight?
For those of you that don't know, I will be producing and I will be acting in weightlifting's first feature film called The Weight. We've made a lot of big strides in getting this thing accomplished, and we are happy to announce that we will be shooting in late February. However, there is still chance to invest in the film. If you go to wefunder.com/theweightmovie.llc, you can see that you can invest. There's already
$168,980
out of $250,000 goal. We're very close to reaching that goal. It closes at January 18th. This is different than a donation-based Kickstarter or GoFundMe. WeFunder is a platform where you can actually invest, meaning you can make money if this movie succeeds. This is a project that I have been working on for over 4 years now and trying to get it going, and we're finally shooting, and I'm really excited about it. But any amount of money can help this thing. We're determined to make this movie and make it the right way. I've personally been putting on a lot of weight. I'm at a place with my physique where I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna look good on screen, or at least look the way that I want to look on screen. We've hired really great actors around me. Our production team is amazing. Everything on the back end of this thing is locked in and ready to go. So for more information, go to wefunder.com/theweightllc. That is wefunder.com/theweightllc. Please consider investing and helping us out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today Alex sent me something that a guy named Sam Hyde talked about on his stream. I know he's a very polarizing figure. I don't watch too much of him, and you know, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people watching that have their minds made up on the guy, but to me, he just kind of seems like a really extreme comedian. And Alex said this would be a good reaction because he's talking about training. I know he was in like a celebrity boxing match or a YouTuber boxing match, and a lot of the stuff he was doing there was really funny. But yeah, let's just see what it's all about.
Thoughts on the MMO online communities and Asmongold?
MMO online communities?
Yeah.
Listen, if your life is so bad, if it's so terminally bad that you know you're useless and that's just how it is, and you've tried every avenue, then by all means get into an MMO community.
What's an MMO?
But
MMO meaning? Oh, like an MMO. Okay. But he's saying like a community? What, like a group chat where you're like friends with people online?
all the socializing, and I was gonna make a separate video about this, but all the socializing is poisonous. You're wasting so much time, and I see it. And it's not just Zoomers on the internet. I see it everywhere. I go into a jiu-jitsu gym, and you know what I want? Jiu-jitsu. Can you hold off on the $10 donations? Let me just get through this point here.
Yeah.
So I go to a jiu-jitsu gym. I shower. I put on my outfit. It takes me only 15 minutes to drive there, but getting to and from the car, that's 5 minutes. This whole thing is a 2-hour ordeal. I get there, and the actual instruction, the actual class, the actual learning is 20 minutes of stuff, if that. You come in, and when you leave, there's the warm-up and the cool-down, and that consists of walking around other guys, socializing. Hey, man, you see that Eddie Alvarez fight? You see Matt Poncho? Yeah, he got him in that armbar. That was incredible, dude. Hold on, I got my Rogan on it in my bag. You try this, dude? Dude, you try this? It's the new On It Black label, bro. That stuff's serious. Yeah, I got a home gym every time. Same thing at the gym. I'm going to lift. I want to put my headphones on. I want to zone out. I want to be in the zone. Hey, man, you see that fight? He blasted him with a right hand, dude. It was amazing. And it's the same thing No matter
Okay.
what you're into.
All right. So I think I get what he's getting at here. And it's that it's important to socialize and mix socialization in being social in, physical practice. But what he's saying is that it's getting in the way of physical practice a lot of times. And that's an interesting take, because a lot of what I've said has been the opposite. And it's, find a partner, find someone to train with, someone to push you. That being said, I think that working is the most important thing. Getting work done. So the worst thing I've seen at a gym is somebody talking while they're lifting. That is insane to me. Talking while they're lifting. I understand chatting between sets, but if the chatting between sets takes up time and you're not getting work in, then it's not important. So I think if there's somebody that you can get and motivate you to work, then it's great. And you have to be able to figure out if that's what's happening. Because if it's not happening, he's absolutely right. It's a poison. And what you'll see a lot of times in jiu-jitsu gyms and martial arts gyms is that there is a big social aspect of it. And being social provides a lot of comfort. It's a scary thing entering into martial arts. People are not used to that sort of competitive nature of it, even though, it's supposed to be not as ego driven, and that protection of being social helps. So I do somewhat agree, but I think that you have to be able to parse through whether being social is getting in the way of your work. Let's see what else he has to say.
What your interest is, this is fine if you're a woman and you're learning about yoga or vitamins or breastfeeding, and you're a woman and you want to talk to other women because that's how women stir their brain and get off. That's not you. That's another sector. That's another zone. That's out here. If you're a man, at some point you actually have to do something and stop talking about it. Okay? And this is like the number one time sink for everybody who hits me up, and it's the problem that anytime I'm trying to do something and get roped into some 15-minute conversation about how good this X, Y, and Z was. What was the original question?
For me?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Dude, I have no clue what's going on right now.
The original question. Oh, MMO communities.
Yeah, MMO.
Okay.
All right.
Socializing.
I kind of want to add on
online.
this. So when I was learning Olympic weightlifting, it was nice to have a partner. It really was, because the partner that I was with wanted to work. And we both were like, we're getting a ton of volume in today. But what I can say is a lot of what was done I did a lot of work on my own. And a lot of that was really important, because as you learn things in the gym, there's three things that are very important: auto-regulation, accountability, and what's that third A? All right, so in this video, how to begin weightlifting, the three A's here are auto-regulation, autonomy, and accountability. And those are things that have to be done by yourself. What's important is if you can get a partner to get you to work, that's great. But you can do that without a partner, meaning you learn how to coach yourself. You learn how to figure out what works for you, but you're not an expert. So that what I fear is a lot of times people on the other side of this will be completely on their own. And then anytime someone adds in some sort of potential education, they're like, no, that doesn't work for me. I know my body. I know what works for me. It's a fine line. It's not, it's this duality that you have to continually bounce around with. And what Sam is getting at here is the side of it where the social structures of training in a group are poisonous. But what I can tell you is there are some structures of training in a group that are unbeatable. They are literally far, far better than training by yourself. I will go to, like, in both jiu-jitsu and when I've trained in jiu-jitsu, me and maybe like one other partner couldn't do what we do in a class. The intensity, the amount of work, the amount of grind that these guys put in a social setting is out of this world. When I go to these On-It workouts and I try to get a lot of volume, there's a lot of people there. No one's talking. Everyone's working. But the fact that there are people it pushes you.
Okay.
Socializing.
So yeah, socializing online. Oh my God. I know that it's very hard to find friends. I'm an outgoing person. I'm a popular person. It's taken me a decade. It's taken me my entire adult life to amass the sort of collection of people that I think are worthwhile. That's taken my entire adult life. And I'm like, people reach out to me and want to talk to me. I understand how lonely it can be, how hard it is.
Dude, stop drinking the polar seltzer and you won't burp so much.
The wilderness out there, you step outside your mom's house and it's ice cold. It is a bleak nuclear winter. I get that. But you have to monitor what's actually happening when you go on one of these communities, including MDE community, whatever, and even if it's based around a positive thing, you just have to monitor where your time is actually going and how meaningful the relationships you're actually building are. That's what I would say.
That was unbelievably said. That whole thing was, and that was completely off the top of the dome, and I could not agree more. What he started with saying, he spent his entire adult life finding the people that are worthwhile people. I am literally at that point right now. 100%. Chris is one of them. My buddy Aaron, who's been on my podcast, is one of them. There's a bunch of people that I surround myself with, and mainly these are people that I admire. I admire them for the type of person they are. They give me, it's great company, but I can honestly say that I admire these people for the work that they do and the work that they do by themselves. And then, he cycles back to talking about the online communities. And he says he has a lot of people hit him up. The same thing happens to me. A lot of very nice young men hit me up because it's ice cold out there in the world. And when they step outside, it sucks and it's hard and they want guidance. They want help. And I can't provide that for all of these people. And I think that they know that. But when you get into an online community, when you get into really any community, as he's getting at, you have to audit that community. You have to audit the friendship that you have and realize what the you're getting out of it. And if you're not getting anything out of it, like, is it worthwhile having it? Could you do the work by yourself, or could there be someone else that could help you do the work better? I just saw Banshees of Inisherin. Okay. That's what this story is about. And it's exactly about that. One of the characters, I forget his name. I forget his name in the movie, and also the actor. He's a very famous actor. And he tells Colin Farrell's character, I don't want to hang out with you anymore. And it's very strange. It automatically got me thinking like that. That's how I know a movie is good, is like within the first 10 minutes, you're like, whoa, dude, I haven't thought about that situation before. But essentially what he did was confronted Colin Farrell and says, you're not providing anything to my growth as a human being. And I have to move on from you. We see that a lot in romantic relationships. We see that a lot, but we never really think about it in like these platonic, same gender relationships, particularly among men. And it is something that's really important. And I think what Sam's getting at here is like that auditing process is very tough. Like, what are your goals? And do you need this person? Do you need this interaction with this person, at least to the same extent? I'm not saying to say, go f your friends, like get rid of them if they're not helping you grind forward. No, there's a middle ground to this. In fact, I made a video talking about like your friends could be holding you back. And there were a couple comments in there being like, this is this toxic hustle culture mindset where it's like your friend. No, it's not. There is a middle ground here. You don't have to put so much time into socializing instead of, building yourself up and finding the other people that can help you build yourself up. And in doing so, you can settle into finding people just like Sam, just like myself in their adult lives. I'm not like, for the people watching my video, I'm not young. I'm 32 years old. I've spent a long time away from my parents and a long time finding who I can trust as a friend. And that has been a very, very palpable, very visceral thing that I've come to grips with today, now. Here, right now. And that last thing that he just said, man, like that was brilliant. Like that. And I, again, Sam is seen as this kind of provocateur when in reality, like I don't really consider him a crazy righty or a crazy lefty or anything like that. He's mainly trying to be funny. And he kind of just says, I don't know.
So yeah, socializing online. Oh my God. I
time sink. Yeah, I love that
I know
idea.
That it's very hard to find friends. I'm an outgoing person. I'm a popular person. It's taken me a decade. It's taken me my entire adult life to amass the sort of collection of people that I think are worthwhile. That's taken my entire adult life. And I'm like, people reach out to me and want to talk to me. I understand how lonely it can be, how hard it is, how, the wilderness out there. You step outside your mom's house and it's ice cold. It is a bleak nuclear winter. I get that, but you have to monitor what's actually happening when you go on one of these communities, including MDE community, whatever, and even if it's based around a positive thing, you just have to monitor where your time is actually going and how meaningful the relationships you're actually building are. That's what I would say. You have to be careful with this online socialization stuff. It's just a time sink.
I want to see where he's getting at with this.
The impetus, hold on a second. hold those $10 donos. Are there any left?
Yes, sir. Now back to the impetus.
Okay, so I know a guy.
Okay,
super
so this is important. This is important because now he's talking about working and socializing as two different things, but there is a point where they coalesce. And if you're not aware of it, it can fuck you up and it can fuck productivity up. So if you think about the gym, yes, the gym can be your hobby. It can be your escape. But at the end of the day, work is all that matters. Literally, work. Okay? Like literally moving a barbell up and down. That is work. The more you do, likely the more you get out. Okay? So that relationship that you have with that other person, that social, exchange between the two of you, it's actually a working relationship. Now, it's nice to like the person that you're with because it'll help both of you work more, but work is the important thing. And so what Sam is getting at is this person is an incredibly talented person. Yet when it comes to the exchange of work, they're horrible. One thing that I would say for Sam to do is actually tell this person straight up. Like, has he ever mentioned that? Like to his face, be like, hey man, you are incredibly talented. Incredibly. But I need you to work straight up. And I think that's a very, very important thing. So let's finish this clip.
Like one of the brightest people that I've met, and it's such a waste that I mean I can't imagine. That's why I'm so I have such a socialization stick up my ass today.
So look, this can be directed towards anyone in my audience at any age. And if you want to make a change, which is the reason why you're in the gym, you need to audit all of these different things. You absolutely need to audit. If you want to lose weight, if you want to make a change in how strong you are, if you want to, have better relationships in your home, like you need to look at all of these different things socially. Man, it's crazy. Like not many people are talking about socially auditing things. Like you wouldn't run a business and not look at the different branches of your business and say, oh, production, like, or not look at the production of each branch and be like, this is a weak point. We need to fix this. That's something you would do in a business. Like there's likelihood that you need to do these things socially. And I think, when I graduated college and I fell back in with my original friends who I love dearly, there are other friends that off of that I realized like, I'm just holding onto this relationship for no real reason. Like I'm not being benefited, and even more so, they're not being benefited. I don't really know this person. We're just kind of meeting up at a bar, going crazy, and then going home. Like, so I think it's very valuable. It's very interesting. This is a very deep philosophical discussion for this channel, but I think it can relate to training. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.